Join me as I make a pumpkin spice roll with fluffy cream cheese frosting for the first time. This is a great recipe for new home bakers. How do you think mine turned out? You're going to need a 13 by 18 baking sheet, and I'm going to cover it in a nonstick spray. On top of the nonstick spray, I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper. Make sure our cake doesn't stick, I'm going to spray the parchment paper. Next, you want to mix your dry ingredients together. I'm going to add to my large mixing bowl 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, half teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of baking soda, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a half teaspoon of ground cloves, and 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Now we're ready to add our wet ingredients. You're going to need 3 large eggs and 2/3 cup of pumpkin puree. I'm going to place my pumpkin cake in a 375-degree preheated oven for 13 to 15 minutes. You don't want to stick a toothpick in it like a normal cake. You just want to test it with your fingers to see if it's spongy. While our cake is cooking in the oven, you want to prepare your kitchen towel. I'm going to lightly dust the entire towel with some powdered sugar. To ensure both sides of the kitchen towel are covered in powdered sugar, you want to roll your towel up and then unroll it. Our cake is right out of the oven. You want it to be nice and warm, and we're going to flip it right onto the kitchen towel. Now you want to roll your cake up into the kitchen towel. You want to place your pumpkin roll on a cooling rack or some way that it's elevated up, and then let it completely cool before you move on to the next step. While the pumpkin cake continues to cool, let's make our cream cheese filling. First ingredient, you're going to need 3/4 cup of cold cream cheese, 3/4 cup of cold heavy whipping cream, 1 teaspoon of your favorite vanilla extract, and 2/3 cup of powdered sugar. You want to mix your ingredients on medium speed until your cream cheese filling is nice and fluffy. Our cake is completely cooled and we're ready to carefully unwrap it. Now you want to add your fluffy cream cheese filling to the top of the cake. Now that our cream cheese frosting is evenly spread across the pumpkin cake, we're going to roll it back up. Finally, you want to wrap your pumpkin roll in some plastic wrap. You want to place your cake in the refrigerator for at least an hour to chill, then we'll cut it into individual portions for serving.